Women's Day is around the corner. I am one of those women who has studied in a male-dominated college, then went ahead and worked in male-dominated workplaces like banking or consulting industries. And in this video, I'm going to share about my journey, some of the issues that I have faced, and generally share my experiences on why I think we still have a long way to go in terms of gender inclusion. Hi everyone, welcome to Insider Gyaan. My name is Soumi. I'm an IIT Delhi and ISB Hyderabad grad. I have been working in the banking and the management consulting industries for 9+ years now, which are relatively known to be male-dominated industries. आज के वीडियो में मैं अपने experiences share करना चाहती हूँ of all the issues that we have faced as a woman, and I do want to say that I haven't really faced any outright discrimination as such in any of the workplaces. I guess I have been very fortunate for that. But still, there are so many issues, there are so many questions which I feel like we as women get asked and men don't. I'm sure if you are a woman who has worked in corporates, you are probably going to relate to a lot of these things. थोड़ा शुरू से start करते हैं. This is the time when I was preparing for my IIT exams, JEE exams. मैं 12th standard में थी and पहली बार में मेरा JEE clear नहीं हुआ था. I had a really good rank at IIEEE. उस टाइम पे IIEEE अलग से exam होता था. And with that rank, I could have easily gotten one of the best NITs in the country. Now, मुझे अपने ऊपर विश्वास था कि if I get a little more time to prepare for JEE specifically, maybe I'll be able to crack JEE as well. And I wanted to give myself that additional 1 year to prepare. But people around us had so many opinions and point of views on this कि year क्यों waste करना है, लड़की है, जितना जल्दी पढ़ाई सब खत्म हो जाए उतना ही better है. In a sense, इतनी ambitious क्यों being a girl? Such a wrong thing to put a girl through, right? And it was weird for me because in my home, I have never been brought up like that. I have a brother. My parents have never differentiated between the two of us. And I come from a Bengali household. So I have seen my mom working, mere chacha, chachi, bua, everyone has been working. So all I want to say is even at home, if you don't face such things, a lot of times society makes you think, right? And the worst part was I was in a very educated environment. My father was working in a PSU, so all these people were PSU employees themselves. They were well educated, mostly engineers, yet they had this kind of a point of view. And I still remember this uncle, jinke muh se ye words nikle the. She herself had a daughter. Anyway, moving on. That was experience number 1. Then moving to IIT, right? IIT में क्या होता है ना, लड़कियां इतने कम है that objectification उतनी ही ज़्यादा. On a good year, there's probably 10 to 15% of the batch who are girls. मुझे याद है during our first few weeks of college, जब ragging होता है ना, IIT में इतना ज़्यादा ragging होता नहीं है, but फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत तो होता ही है. So उस time पे the activity for guys would be to go and get phone numbers of as many girls as they can, or go and propose to as many girls and get a yes from as many as they could. But for us, for the ladies, the punishment or the ragging activity was to not dress up well when they go to attend classes. Like oil your hair fully, jeans mat pehno bilkul bhi, pura ekdam चुन्नी यहाँ से लगा के सलवार सूट में कॉलेज जाओ, just during that ragging wala period. But that made me think that everything about women is always about the physical appearance. Do you see a pattern here? And the worst part is these thoughts are all ingrained in us because of the society. Like we don't even realize when we get these thoughts into our head. क्योंकि ये जो punishments थी ना, ये हमें अपने ही seniors दे रहे थे, अपने ही hostel के seniors who were women themselves. And they were not trying to purposely make it about physical appearance, but that was the tradition in the girls' hostels, and that's what they had known. It's funny to think how this kind of social conditioning creeps into your genetics, into your thought process, such an early stage and so innocently that you don't even realize. It also means that as a woman, if you are not traditionally beautiful, you are looked down upon, and that can hamper or shatter your confidence so much for something that's not even in your hands. तो आईआईटी में तो ऐसे बहुत किस्से थे. आई एम गोइंग टू नेम अ फ्यू, बट द प्रॉब्लमैटिक थिंग इज उस टाइम पे हमें रियलाइज भी नहीं होता था कि दिस इज नॉट नॉर्मल, दिस इज नॉट ओके. टुडे व्हेन आई सिट एंड थिंक बैक अबाउट दीज थिंग्स इट स्ट्राइक्स मी, बट उस टाइम पे हमें ये परफेक्टली नॉर्मल लगता था. एंड दैट्स स्कैरी, राइट? दैट्स स्कैरी व्हेन यू डोंट इवन नो दैट समथिंग्स रॉन्ग गोइंग ऑन. मुझे याद है देयर वाज दिस पॉपुलर स्टीरियोटाइप आईआईटी में ही. गर्ल्स यूज्ड टू बी सेड दैट they sweet talk to get their assignments done via guys. And when these girls were as smart as the boys, they had come into the college clearing the same kind of competitive exams. Extracurriculars में भी मुझे याद है हमारे inter hostel competitions होते थे, right? Every hostel would get a slot to maybe dance competition हो रहा हो या drama competition हो रहा हो. And during the girls hostel performances, the auditorium used to be filled to the brim. The amount of hooting, the booing that would take on when the girls were performing, it was at a different level altogether. And आजकल गवर्नमेंट ने एक सुपरन्यूमररी रिजर्वेशन शुरू किया है गर्ल्स के लिए. आई नो फॉर अ फैक्ट दैट टुडे आज के जो बच्चे हैं, जो girls who are making into IIT, all that they have to hear is that they are there because of the reservation, because they have no brains, and they were the criminals who victimized the boys who couldn't get the seat. मुझे तो पता भी नहीं था इस चीज के बारे में. I made a video on IIT girls sharing their point of views last year. I'm going to link it up here. And उसके comment section में जो aggressive mindset and comments थे ना, उससे मुझे realize हुआ कि wow, this is such a big issue. And imagine when a girl is told again and again that hey, you are not good enough, you're just here because you have some reservation. Hey, you are not good enough to get selected in a company, you're just there because of the diversity and inclusion. Imagine the kind of confidence shattering that it can do to the girls. In सब का नतीजा ये होता है कि we ladies as a gender, as an entire gender, turn out to be lot less confident in the long run, lot less self-assured, deal with imposter syndrome, self-doubts and all of that. And this is not me, by the way, this is not me sharing my point of view, but पूरे research articles है यार, पूरे research की गई है by big institutes about this, and women's confidence levels have been generally found to be much lesser. And these are some of the reasons which could have led to it, right? Women generally are not able to ask for better salary because they don't think that they deserve as much. They are sort of turn out to be perfectionists क्योंकि उन्हें लगता है कि उन्हें सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए before they can confidently present something. And all of these things hamper efficiency also. I mean, I see this in myself, in my own world so many times here. People of my level in meetings, they can be very aggressive. Men, they can be very aggressive if they have to. But even if that aggression is sort of needed at that point of time, I would hesitate. Moving on from college to workplaces and some of the even more real things. A few years ago, I remember I was interviewing for this company. I was moving from one country to another. One question that this recruiter asked me was, are you married? I said, yes, I am. She asked me, do you have any kids? Or are you planning something in future? I was quite taken aback. I was like, how does that matter? Like, it's very personal and I don't even know if I can answer that to you right now. She's like, oh, no, we just want to ensure that you can travel if work requires travel. And that's why the question. And probably a legit question from her side. It was a woman, by the way. But I'm wondering if men are ever asked such questions. No, right? In fact, on my YouTube videos itself, right, I get so many comments from people asking me, what does your husband do? मतलब कोई connection ही नहीं है. Video होगा maybe like how to get into consulting or how to build a resume. And the comment is, oh, what does your husband do? Do these people really go on men's pages and ask them, what does your wife do? I'm guessing not. A huge majority of women, about 70 to 80%, leave workforce after they have a child. It's sad that even in 2022, the responsibility of raising a child still falls on a woman's shoulders. And yet, some relatives and family members would be so audacious as to demand a child from a married woman as if it's their right. I mean, the woman has to go through all the body changes, the pain of bearing the child, bringing him or her to the world, maybe have to quit his or her job, have to go through the entire, like, your body changes, your responsibility changes, your role in life changes, your priorities change so much, and still people feel that they have the least amount of say in whether they want to bring a child to the world or not. By all means, if there are women who want to become mothers, who want to quit the job force after having a child, they should do it. But let's all realize that it's the decision of a woman and a woman alone. Another big issue which I personally face is the lack of role models or representation of women in senior leadership, in boardrooms. And I know the situation is changing quite a bit now, but even today, I'm at a mid manager kind of a level. I see more women at my level, but when I still have to find role models to look up to who are women from, say, the boardrooms, I don't find as many examples. I have no idea how my life could look like if I become a partner, if I am a working mom. What are some of the issues that I could potentially face if I progress in my career, if I am aiming to be in the boardrooms? No one talks about these things. At the same time, imagine if young girls see such examples, how much it can inspire them, it can motivate them to keep working and bring to the table their best. I remember one of these boss ladies in one of my previous companies. She had just become a mother. She was very good at her work. Okay, she was renowned for her work in the firm. And after becoming her mother, of course, her priorities had changed a bit. What she would do was leave the office sharp at 5:30. There was no ifs and buts about it. No meetings after 5:30. She is not available after 5:30 till about 8:39. She would go spend her time with her kid, put him or her to sleep, and then she would come back online at 8:30 or 9 to wrap up the day's work and reply to the emails, etc. That's an example for me. But if people don't get to see those examples, it's very natural for girls not to aim at all to be in high positions, not to be ambitious at all. I think those were some examples I wanted to share, and with that, we're reaching towards the end of this video. Please don't see this video as me trying to victimize myself or women. That is not the point of this video. होता ही है ना कि इतने सारे incidents, इतने सारे issues to share in one, say, 5 or 10-minute video. It looks like we're trying to get sympathy, but literally that's not the point. The whole point of this video was to gently remind you and me that we still have a long way to go collectively as a society, and all of us have a role to play in this. We as women, you as a man, maybe as parents, as friends and relatives, we all have a role to play in this. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, do hit the like button. I want to talk more about these issues on this channel as well, but please let me know in comments if you would be interested in that. And especially if you are a woman, I would love for you guys to comment and tell me some instances, some things which you might have faced in your workplace or in society in general. With that, I'm going to close this video. Happy Women's Day to everyone, to all the powerful women out there, and I will see you soon. Bye.